Mr. Tapley here for your next lesson of Year 9 Humanities. This lesson we are looking at developing our understanding of climate change, a very important topic, very complicated topic, but I'll do my best to explain it, and the environmental impact of human activities. Success criteria is to outline the cause and effect of climate change and the impacts to biomes, so to the environment, and people, yourself, around the world. Human activities can damage the environment to such an extent that the ecological services we rely upon can be threatened, diminished, or even eliminated. This is now happening around the world as our very fragile global ecosystem is impacted by human phenomena such as pollution, exploitation of resources, deforestation, and climate change. If these damaging activities continued, our world biomes are at threat of disintegrating. This lesson we will be examining a major environmental concern, and that is climate change. Human activities such as deforestation, so cutting down forests, fossil fuels, so burning through petrol when Mr. Tapley commutes to work for an hour every day, pollution, agriculture, so farming, all of those things have contributed to an increased level of greenhouse gases. These gases trap solar energy within the atmosphere, causing global temperatures to rise. I'm not going to get too much into the science of things, that's a job for your science teacher, but basically all of these human activities are creating something called greenhouse gases, and what happens is, usually Mr. Sun here gives us solar energy, that's what the red lines are, so that's the sun's heat coming down, warming up the atmosphere, warming up the earth, and then it runs away. So it bounces off the earth, bounces away. That's what should happen. But basically these greenhouse gases are making the atmosphere, this big bubble around the earth, impossible for the sun, the solar energy to escape. So instead of leaving us alone, it's sticking around, which means that we are slowly increasing in temperature. The rise in temperature leads to other changes around the world. You might not think, oh, it's 18 degrees today instead of 17 degrees. I don't really care. Even a very, very small difference in temperature can have a very, very big impact on the environment. For example, changes to temperature can lead to rainfall increasing or decreasing, which can lead to droughts or floods. The polar ice caps at the tippy top and the bottom of the world will melt. They are already melting, which will lead to a rise in sea levels. If you put an ice cube in your glass of water and you wait for the ice cube to melt, water goes up, water spills out of the glass, which is the real life equivalent of all the coastal cities that are near the ocean. Ocean goes up, houses get washed away. And then natural disasters such as hurricanes, wildfires, droughts, you can already see that this year. We've had some, I was about to say amazing, but devastating. Wasn't a good thing, devastating bushfires at the start of the year. If you guys have been paying attention to the news, we've seen some bushfires in America, we've seen some hurricanes around the world. Because of climate change, natural disasters such as those will increase in terms of frequency, so how often they happen, and intensity, so how bad they are. If my masterclass of an explanation wasn't enough in that one sentence paragraph there, I highly recommend checking out these very short, very quick, very easy to understand videos from National Geographic. So you've got the causes and effects, 2 million people agree, 3 minutes, and then you've got Mr. Tapley's hero. I should wear bow ties more often. Anyway, Bill Nye the Science Guy, talking you through climate change. So 2 very good, easy to understand videos. If I can understand it, you can. Now, what are we going to do with this climate change knowledge? We're going to watch it in action. So, using the link below, I'd like you guys to spend a double period, or 2 periods split across 2 days, to view the documentary Before the Flood. So, I say documentary, but it was made by an actor, it's a filmmaker, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mr. Tapley's celebrity doppelganger. And this documentary, Before the Flood, which I quite like the name, investigates the causes and consequences of climate change. So use that link on ClickView there to access the documentary. It's about 95 minutes long, so you should be able to smash it out in a double period. And what I recommend is that you answer these questions as you watch the film, not at the end of your lesson. But anyway, complete these questions in your digital notebook after viewing the film. Question 1. What environmental changes are occurring in the world and what human activities are contributing to these changes? Don't just copy and paste what I've written on the first slide. Give me some specific examples from the film, because they travel all around the world basically, showing you the in real life IRL activities that are causing these changes and the impacts to humans. So they go to India and they show you the impact of a flood on a farmer's crops for the year. What are the consequences of these changes? This is question 2. So basically, what are the consequences for the environment? So question 2, I'm specifically looking for biomes. What are the consequences for the environment? Question 3, we're looking at the other aspect of the environment. We're looking at humans. So what are the short-term and long-term effects of these changes on human life? So the example I used when talking about this one, the farmer in India, obviously the short-term, long-term effect on his life is that he's now lost his food. He's lost his job for the year. He can't sell that, can't make any money. So that's going to be happening all around the world. So short-term and long-term effects on human life for question 3. Final question. Question 4. This film is from 2016, which to me sounds fairly recent, but for y'all, you might think, oh, that's ages ago. I was in primary school back then. So 4 years ago. Do you believe climate change has improved since this film was made? Explain. So no wrong answer here, yes or no. The only wrong answer is one that does not. Explain your answer. Cool, so that's what you're working on today, guys, again for the double period, so don't stress if you can't finish this in one period. If you have questions or concerns, please let me know. Otherwise, best of luck with this, hope you guys are well, and cheers.